Anatolian Psychedelia, a musical mashup, Istanbul, the 1960s. A cool city ready for something new. The sounds of change were everywhere. Young people in Turkey wanting something different listened to music from the West. The Beatles, Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd were super popular. Their psychedelic sounds filled the cafes and clubs of Istanbul. But Turkish musicians didn't just copy them. They had their own awesome music. Traditional Turkish folk, with its cool rhythms and beautiful melodies, was about to get a makeover. This mix, this exciting blend of East and West, became known as Anatolian psychedelic music, or Anatolian rock. The music was full of energy, like a generation finding its voice. It was real, emotional, and totally unique. It was the sound of old meeting new, of East meeting West, and creating something totally fresh. East meets West new sounds with cool tools. Anatolian rock wasn't just about mixing styles, it was about trying new things. Traditional Turkish instruments like the baglama, a long-necked guitar, and the darbuka, a goblet-shaped drum, teamed up with Western instruments. Electric guitars wailed, synthesizers whooshed. The result was a sound that was both familiar and strange. The music sounded like the busy streets of Istanbul, the old ruins of Anatolia, and the exciting possibilities of the future. It was experimental and new. Musicians weren't afraid to try things out. They used traditional Turkish scales and rhythms in their music. Fuzz pedals and wah-wah effects made the baglama sound psychedelic. Studio effects, pretty new back then, were used in creative ways. Echo and reverb made the music sound big and spacious. The rock stars of Anatolian rock, Erkin, Barış and Selda. One big name in Anatolian rock is Erkin Koray. With his long hair, cool attitude and amazing guitar solos, Koray became a legend. His music, a powerful mix of psychedelic rock, Turkish folk and even surf rock, captured the feeling of the time. Songs like Semsi Bulbulum and Estarabim became super popular. Barış Manço, with his fun personality and different musical style, brought a theatrical feel to Anatolian rock. Manço mixed Turkish folk with rock opera, funk and even disco. His songs, often with fun lyrics and big arrangements, were like trips through Turkish culture and history. Selda Bağcan, with her strong voice and lyrics about important issues, brought a new perspective. Inspired by Turkish folk music and ideas about equality, Bağcan's music spoke for people who weren't always heard. Her songs, often about unfairness and inequality, really connected with people. These artists and many others helped create the sound of Anatolian rock. Keeping the past alive in a changing world. Anatolian psychedelic music was more than just a sound, it showed a culture changing. Turkey in the 1960s and 70s was a country dealing with lots of new things, political changes, and figuring out who they were. The music showed these changes. Ideas of mysticism and spirituality, important in Turkish Sufi traditions, were part of the music. The lyrics often talked about love, loss, longing, and finding meaning. Social change was another big topic. Many artists used their music to talk about important issues. They sang about poverty, inequality, and fighting for freedom. They questioned things. Through it all, respect for Turkish culture and history was clear. Anatolian rock wasn't about forgetting the past. It was about making it new again. It was about finding beauty in the mix of old and new. This music still connects with people today. It reminds us of a time when people weren't afraid to try new things, and when music could inspire us, make us think, and take us to another world.